Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I mentioned at the end of the last video, that I was either going to do a video on Morpheus Descends or Demilich. And I decided to do the video on Demilich because there's a new-ish box set out from Svart Records, and it's really fucking cool. Let's get into it without further ado. This is the box. Fucking beautiful. It's called the 20th Adversary of Emptiness. This includes the band's entire studio, everything, you know. It's got the album, Nespithe, or as Auntie Bowman puts it, the penis, you know. Guy's got a sense of humor. It's got all their demos and their first studio album. Demilich was a band that formed in 1990 and broke up a bunch, and they're together right now. Pretty sure it's the full original lineup as well, so that's pretty cool. It'd be cool to catch them someday. Just really talented. Auntie Bowman's a very talented guy. I don't understand how you could do those frog vocals and play guitar like they do in this band, because this is not a regular death metal band. This is very technical, but it's technical without sacrificing the brutality that much or the dirginess. You know, it's plenty dirgy, plenty brutal, but it's influenced a lot of brutal death metal, a lot of technical death metal, and a lot of progressive death metal as well. So these guys, you know, they have a lot going on. So without further ado, can't get my words straight today. Another thing that comes in the box is this zine, and it tells you the years that they've been active. Tons of great pictures and history in here. Love that picture. That's kind of like the creature they used on the alternative reissue cover. Still a lot of cool stuff. A lot of good photos, lyrics, interviews, everything. Oh shoot, I want to go back to that because that's badass. Great artwork, right? Anyway, and crazy thing, forget Sweden. Ooh, they're coming for you, Sweden. But you know, they kind of had their own thing. Sweden was a little more melodic. They had dirgy albums. Into the Grave was one of them. You know, really dirty stuff. But overall, Finland was making more dirty, evil sounding, darker death metal for sure. Maybe not as energetic, but definitely dirgier, definitely doomier. But yeah, these guys had a lot of influence, you know, and while they might have not released very much, the stuff they did release is wildly important. And I think these demos, which I'm going to show off, this also comes in the box set. Everything you see in the video comes in the box set, by the way. This is a set of all their demos, and it's absolutely incredible. Beautiful artwork. These are all the demos. I'm not going to bother reading them all off. I tried to memorize them, and even to this day, after years, I can't remember all the titles. I know the Echo. Yeah, so there you go. You just listen to it. But, you know, anybody who knows Demilich knows that they like their song titles to be quite crazy, and same with the titles of their demos and album. But insane artwork here. Insane artwork. Just gorgeous. And then the inside is no slouch either, with all the demos and the flyers and stuff. I'll show that a little longer. But just a beautiful layout, right? I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then the vinyl itself is no slouch. It's no slouch. So you can get this on black vinyl or the swirl, and I vouch for the swirl, of course. But it just looks very good, fitting for the album cover. But you know, these demos are not quite as technical, not quite as advanced as the full album, Nespithe, but they're very important, if not more important in some respects, to like the brutal death metal crowd or the underground death metal crowd, because it's just more dirgy and more dark, and it's heavier, in my opinion, than Nespithe. But Nespithe obviously did a lot more than the demos. I think I forgot something. Yeah, I did. Oh yeah. Underneath the booklet, you know, you also get the slip mat for Nespithe, so that's really cool. I don't really need it, but nice to have, right? I mean, it's beautiful artwork, fantastic artwork. So then you get this Nespithe, incredible album. I kept the original. I have a standalone of both of these, but the box is so cool. I wanted it, and I wanted the zine, really. I really wanted the zine, but I love the box artwork, so I just, like an idiot, I forked over money to Svart, as I always do when they release anything, because Svart puts out great stuff. But great album cover. This doesn't have the original color on it, but has a very cool effect for the anniversary kind of treatment. And great back cover, great live action photo of the band. Nespithe is incredible. I know most of you have heard it for sure. Demilich is like the most popular death metal band from Finland, one of them at least. You know, this channel is made for people who've never heard anything. So it's like, remember that when I show this stuff off, is that I'm trying to get people who've never heard this. You know, I know a lot of you guys have already heard this stuff and just care about what's inside the box set because you probably want to buy it. But I also try to add some history in it, and, you know, it's cool that, you know, after breaking up so much, they're still back and they're still playing though, and they have like the original lineup, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, a lot of breakups, but they're back, and wow, get a load of that color. That's impressively beautiful. Really goes with the album. No lyric sheet in this version of Nespithe, which is fine because all the lyrics are contained in that booklet. But, you know, that's why I'm keeping the original copy. You get the, you know, this doesn't necessarily have the fully original layout like the earlier standalone reissues Svart did. Anyway, the box set is very cool, and you get everything that Demilich ever did in a nice package. And this artwork is low-key kind of the coolest artwork they have, in my opinion, on some level. So it's definitely worth picking if you don't have anything, because it's a very reasonable price. I think Svart has it for like $50, you know, it's insane. I got my copy for like $50 on Svart. So for that, it's like no-brainer. Mention, yeah, the hype sticker. I usually keep those for special releases or limited stuff like this. But yeah, it's like it's worth picking up, man, because it's just really nice. And Demilich might not have a lot of material, but as we know in death metal, or don't know for some people, some bands who only put out one demo or one album, or a little bit of both, can have just as much of an impact as, you know, bands who have been consistent and had a whole career of putting stuff out over many years. Sometimes all it takes is one, and this is one of those bands where one album was all it took. Super unique, within Finland, out of Finland, like any way you put it. This is an incredible band, and I highly recommend it. Antti Bowman, the guy who fronts the band, is incredibly talented and has a wicked sense of humor, like I said. But yeah, I would recommend picking this up soon, because I don't think it's gonna last long. And you want the swirl version, because yeah, it looks fucking cool. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys, if you really like Demilich, you go out and pick this box set up before it's gone, or before you start seeing people selling this on eBay for $200, which, like, fuck off if you do that, honestly. But really good, you know. And to those who've never heard Demilich, which I know is not going to be a lot of you, you know, you're in for a treat. You know, get into Nespithe, I would say, first, and then go check out their demos. This is a good band, and it's amazing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I showed you the box. You guys can pause and look at it, decide if you want to buy it. And I gave a little brief rundown, a little bit of history, not a lot. You know, I don't want to spoil it. You know, you got to read the book if you want to fully get into it. And I haven't even read the whole thing, so I don't know everything. But it's not one of my favorite Finnish bands, but it's one of them, but it's not my favorite. I just really like them, you know. And the box set was cool. I saw it as someone who even already owns the albums, and I bought it again, you know. Just I'm a sucker for this stuff, so definitely check it out. It's really fucking cool, guys. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching. See ya.